Hey, Dostie here with another view. Today I wanted to talk about World Telemark Day. It's happening this upcoming Saturday, March 5th. Happens every, the first Saturday in March every year in the Northern Hemisphere, and the first Saturday in September if you live down under. So why do you want to participate in World Telemark Day? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, it's just to kind of get together en masse with fellow freeheelers and show off. A lot of people don't understand why you would telemark, and I would agree, except for one condition, because inbounds, which is honestly where most people telemark, it's a fun turn and it's more challenging, but it's not necessarily superior. It's not about being superior. It is about the challenge. It is about it's about the sensation of the telemark turn. There's no way around that. And I was reminded of that recently when I introduced my nephew to his first day earning turns. We went locally here out of the Front Range, and it was a brutally cold day, but it was the day that he had off, I had off, so I said, yeah, let's go. And so we went through the basics with him. And so how to use climbing skins, avalanche beacons, a little bit of avalanche protocol, how to get a quick read on the stability of the snow. I didn't belabor a whole lot because it was good conditions and I just wanted him to experience it. Now, the reason that matters, that doesn't matter with regard to telemark, but it does in this instance because he has been introduced to tele. He did express a desire to, I'd like to try that. But he did it for a day up at Eldora. It was a good day for learning because it was good groomed snow, but it was his first day, and first days on telemark can be rather humbling, and he's used to just having fun, not having to concentrate on staying in control. So telemark will do that to you when you're learning it, but once you figure it out, it's really kind of fun. But where it really comes together is in powder, and this was the thing that came out about that. So we did a tour, we did a couple laps, and after the second lap we stopped and we looked back up and admired our turns. That's one of the beauties of a good day in the backcountry, is that generally you can take the time to stop, look back up, and admire your turns. If you're at a resort, you look back up and you just see the mishmash of everybody else's turns, and you might be able to make out one or two of yours, but you're not really gonna look at it and go, oh yeah, that looks great. And even if it did, it's not gonna last. That's for sure. But we get to the bottom and he turns over to me and he goes, now I see why you telemark, because he didn't get it in learning. It was just a challenging day, and he never quite got to the point where he was really putting a lot of weight on the rear ski and feeling that telemark sensation. He was trying to stay balanced. He was trying not to fall too much. I mean, that's pretty standard, right? When you're learning something new. But when he saw what was going on in the backcountry, he recognized the fluidity that I was demonstrating, that I was showing, and not like I was trying to do something special. It's just that's how it is, right? So he's like, now I see why you tele, and powder is why we tele. Why? Because powder is what we all like to ski. It's the most exhilarating downhill sensation you can experience. But with other turns, with snowboarding, it tends to be a big long turn, and with a lock tail, alpine turns tend to be fairly short. So the sweet spot is short or big. But with telemark, you can adjust it on the fly. It's either, it can be as wide and long as you want and as deep as you want. and as powerful as you want, or as subtle as you want. There's a lot of variability and adjustability to the Telemark turn, and that's part of the magic of what it does and why it appeals to those of us who've gotten hooked on it. So World Telemark Day is a great time to celebrate that, and it's particularly important that we celebrate it this year because if you've been paying attention to some of the stories I've been posting on telemarkskier.com, we're losing some of the gear that is required to go telemark skiing. The T1 is going out of production, Crispy's XP is no longer going to be produced, and Scott has just given up on 75mm duck-billed boots. So the only thing that's going to be available in the future, or in the duck-bill arena, it's going to be T2 and T4 or leather boots for more cross-country type tours, and NTN. And the reason the production was ceased on those was because there's not enough interest. There's not enough profit. It's not worth producing the product if you can't count on selling it. So that's why NTN has kind of taken over. But even in that, what we're seeing is, look, there's not enough people doing this to make it, to justify the investment in the equipment to be able to practice the sport. So we need to attract new people. World Telemark Day is an awesome day to do that. Just show up en masse at a resort, or look, you don't have to necessarily go to a resort. You can go in the backcountry, spend time in the park. It doesn't matter. One of the other beauties of World Telemark Day, there's no forms to fill out, there's no registration, you don't got to pay anything aside from a ticket, but hopefully you already got a pass for that, right? And it's just an opportunity to show off, and hopefully other people will be interested and want to learn it. And even if they aren't, it's a good time to meet other fellow Telemark skiers, make some new friends who prefer to ski with a Freeheel, and keep things moving along. Because if we don't, well, we're going to have the equipment you got now is what you're going to retire with Telemark on. And, you know, stuff does give out. So be sure you set aside some time this Saturday, get some friends or go join some friends, however you do it, and go celebrate telemark skiing at a local resort, all right? Get out there, do the tele dance, show up, show off, and while you're at it, introduce someone, because that is how we're going to spread telemark.